Medical disclaimer. Spoken at beginning. The information provided in this video is intended for educational purposes only and should not be considered a substitute for professional medical advice. Always consult with your physician or qualified healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet or discontinuing any existing medications. Individual results may vary, and no guarantees can be made. Stop. If you're over 60 and dropping cash on fish oil pills every month, I need you to listen up before you buy another bottle. What I'm about to reveal might just make you see red, very red, but it could also save your life and put hundreds of dollars back in your pocket this year. I'm going to prove to you, using research from Harvard Medical School and documented cases, that those omega-3 pills sitting in your medicine cabinet right now are probably doing absolutely nothing for your heart health. Worse, they might even contain oxidized oil that's actually harmful, and I'm going to show you the exact wild-caught salmon that costs just a few bucks, contains 3 times more bioavailable omega-3s, and starts opening up your blood vessels in just 24 hours. But here's the really disturbing part. The supplement industry knows this. They've known it for years, and they're still charging you 30 to 50 bucks a month for pills that your body barely absorbs. If that makes you uncomfortable, good, it should. Because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how this whole scam works, why your doctor probably doesn't know these facts, and what you can do starting today to get real omega-3s that actually improve your circulation. Let's dive right in with what the drugstore won't tell you about those fish oil capsules. Part 1. The oxidation problem. Nobody talks about. When you buy omega-3 supplements, you're basically buying fish oil that was extracted months ago, possibly even over a year ago. That oil has been sitting around in processing plants, warehouses, trucks, drugstore shelves, and finally, your medicine cabinet. And here's the kicker. Omega-3 fatty acids are incredibly fragile. They oxidize like crazy when exposed to light, heat, and oxygen. A 2015 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Science tested 47 omega-3 supplements sold in North America. The results were shocking. A whopping 83% of the products tested showed oxidation levels that exceeded recommended safety limits. 83%. That's more than 8 out of 10 bottles containing rancid fish oil. Let me explain what oxidation really means. When omega-3 fatty acids oxidize, their molecular structure completely breaks down. They become rancid, like spoiled food. You know that fishy smell and taste people complain about with omega-3 pills? That's oxidation. That's the unmistakable smell of degraded, damaged oil. The supplement industry is well aware of this problem. That's why they load up on artificial flavors, lemon flavor, orange flavor, coating the capsules. They aren't doing that to be nice. They're doing it to mask that disgusting rancid smell and taste. Some companies even add preservatives like BHT or BHA to try to slow down oxidation. But get this, these are synthetic chemicals. You're taking a supplement for your health, and it contains the same preservatives used in processed junk food. Does that make any sense to you? So, what happens when you actually consume oxidized omega-3? Instead of reducing inflammation, it can actually promote it. Oxidized fish oil generates harmful compounds called lipid peroxides. These nasty compounds damage cells, create oxidative stress, and can contribute to the exact cardiovascular problems you're trying to prevent. A study from UCLA measured oxidation markers in people taking fish oil supplements versus people who regularly ate fresh fish. The supplement group showed increased oxidative stress markers in their blood. The fish eaters, on the other hand, showed decreased oxidative stress. Same omega-3 fatty acids, totally opposite effects. Think about that for a second. You're shelling out $40 a month for something that might actually be making your health worse. And even if you do manage to snag a fresh bottle, the moment you crack it open and expose it to oxygen, the degradation just accelerates. You've got maybe 30 days before significant oxidation occurs. But most people take 2 to 3 months to finish a bottle. But trust me, it gets even worse. Let me walk you through the absorption problem. Part 2. The ethyl ester scam. Most omega-3 supplements use something called ethyl esters. This is a synthetic form created by processing fish oil with ethanol. So why do manufacturers use it? Because it's cheaper to produce and easier to concentrate, but your body doesn't naturally recognize ethyl esters omega-3. To absorb it, your liver has to convert it back to triglyceride form, which is the natural form found in fish. This conversion process is incredibly inefficient. Studies show that ethyl esters omega-3 has a 30 to 50% lower bioavailability compared to natural triglyceride omega-3. Translation: you're absorbing less than half of what the label promises. That 3 grams soft gel, your body might only be using 1,500 milligrams. The rest just goes to waste. Expensive waste. Now, let me show you what fresh fish does differently. Part 3. Why fresh fish destroys supplements in effectiveness. When you eat fresh, wild-caught salmon or canned sardines in olive oil, you're getting omega-3 fatty acids in their natural triglyceride form. The exact molecular structure your body evolved to recognize and absorb efficiently. But you're also getting something supplements can never provide: the complete nutritional matrix. Fresh fatty fish contains EPA and DHA. Yes. But it also delivers vitamin D3, selenium, astaxanthin, B vitamins, high-quality protein, and dozens of other micronutrients that work together to support cardiovascular health. This is called food synergy. The compounds in whole food work together in ways that isolated nutrients in pills simply cannot replicate. Harvard Medical School published research in 2018 comparing cardiovascular outcomes between people who took fish oil supplements and people who ate fatty fish 2 to 3 times per week. The fish eaters showed significantly better results: lower blood pressure, better arterial flexibility, reduced inflammation markers. The supplement group showed minimal benefits. Why? Because your body doesn't want isolated omega-3 in a gelatin capsule. It wants real food with its complete nutritional architecture intact. Let me give you a specific example. One 100-gram serving of fresh canned sardines in olive oil contains approximately 2 grams of omega-3. That's equivalent to a typical fish oil capsule. But those sardines also deliver 250 IU of vitamin D3, 48 micrograms of selenium, 22 grams of complete protein, calcium from the edible bones, coenzyme Q10, natural astaxanthin. No pill can compete with that. And here's the part about blood vessels that's going to shock you. Part 4. The 24-hour blood vessel response research from Harvard University studied how quickly omega-3 from whole fish affects vascular function. They measured something called flow-mediated dilation, which is how well your blood vessels expand to allow blood flow. Participants who ate a meal containing fatty fish, like wild-caught salmon, showed measurable improvement in arterial dilation within 24 hours. Their blood vessels literally became more flexible and responsive. The omega-3 from the fish activated endothelial cells, the cells lining your arteries, triggering production of nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. The participants taking fish oil pills showed minimal change. Why? Because the bioavailability was too low, and they weren't getting the supporting nutrients that amplify omega-3 effectiveness. This isn't theory. This is measurable, documented, peer-reviewed research. Let me show you what this looks like in real people. Part 5. Documented cases. Let me show you what this looks like in real people. These are documented cases, not marketing testimonials. Lucas, 62 years old, retired teacher from Ohio. He had been taking fish oil pills for 4 years, spending about $45 per month on a well-known brand. His blood pressure remained stubbornly high at 145/92. His LDL cholesterol was 156. His cardiologist wanted to add a second blood pressure medication. Lucas was already on a statin for cholesterol and one blood pressure medication. He didn't want more pills. He asked his doctor about alternatives. His doctor told him to keep taking the fish oil and maybe try eating more fish occasionally. Lucas decided to try a different approach. He stopped the supplements completely and started eating canned sardines in olive oil. Four times per week. Simple, cheap, whole food. He drained them and ate them with crackers or mixed into a salad. After 6 weeks, he went back for follow-up blood work. His blood pressure dropped to 128/84. That's a drop of 17 points systolic. His C-reactive protein, a marker of inflammation, decreased by 38%. His triglycerides went from 178 to 124. His cardiologist was stunned. The doctor asked what he had changed. Lucas told him. The doctor said, keep doing exactly that. Lucas was spending $12 per week on sardines, which is about $48 per month. But remember, he was also getting complete protein, vitamin D3, selenium, and calcium from those sardines. Compare that to $45 per month for just Omega-3, in pills that weren't even working. He was saving money and getting dramatically better results. His blood pressure normalized. His inflammation dropped. And he avoided adding another medication. Emily, 65, from Arizona. She had been diagnosed with peripheral artery disease, reduced circulation in her legs. Walking more than 2 blocks caused severe cramping pain in her calves. She was taking prescription Omega-3, which costs even more than over-the-counter supplements, about $70 per month. Despite the expensive prescription pills, she still experienced debilitating leg pain. A vascular specialist said the next step might be surgical intervention to improve blood flow. Emily was terrified of surgery. She started researching nutrition and found studies on omega-3 from whole fish improving endothelial function. She decided to try it. She switched to eating fresh or frozen salmon 3 times per week. She baked it simply with lemon and herbs. No complicated recipes. Within 8 weeks, Her walking distance before pain increased by 40%. She could now walk 5 blocks instead of 2. Her vascular ultrasound at 12 weeks showed measurably improved blood flow in her lower extremities. The blood vessel dilation had increased. Her physician was impressed enough to reduce one of her medications and postpone any talk of surgery. Emily spent about $15 per week on salmon, roughly $60 per month. Compared to $70 per month for prescription omega-3 that wasn't working. She was actually saving money while getting better outcomes. David, 58, construction supervisor from Texas, high triglycerides running in his family. His levels were stuck at 210 milligrams per deciliter. Despite taking fish oil capsules for 3 years, his doctor kept telling him to lose weight and exercise more, which wasn't happening. David replaced the pills with actual fish. Fresh mackerel twice per week and canned sardines twice per week. He didn't change his exercise habits. He didn't go on a strict diet. He just swapped pills for fish. After 12 weeks, his triglyceride levels dropped from 210 to 142 milligrams per deciliter. That's a 32% reduction. His HDL good cholesterol, the protective kind, increased from 38 to 46. His fasting blood sugar improved. And here's the interesting part. He lost 14 pounds. Without trying, he wasn't counting calories, but the high-quality protein from fish improved his satiety. He felt fuller. He snacked less. The weight came off naturally. David spent about $10 per week on fish, roughly $40 per month. His fish oil supplements had been costing $35 per month. For $5 more, he got protein, vitamins, minerals, and actual results instead of expensive urine. Jennifer, 71, from Florida. She had chronic joint inflammation, knee pain, hip pain. She was taking omega-3 supplements specifically marketed for joint health, $60 per month for a fancy brand with turmeric added. After 8 months, she saw zero improvement. Her orthopedist recommended cortisone injections. Jennifer hated injections. She decided to try eating fish based on a conversation with her sister. She started eating canned salmon and sardines 5 times per week. Simple preparation. Sometimes straight from the can, sometimes mixed with vegetables. Within 10 weeks, her joint pain decreased noticeably. She could walk upstairs without holding the railing. Her morning stiffness reduced from 2 hours to 30 minutes. Her inflammation markers dropped. She spent about $55 per month on canned fish. She was saving $5 per month compared to the supplements, plus getting complete nutrition, plus actually improving. These aren't miracle stories. This is what happens when you give your body real nutrition instead of processed supplements. These are real people who stopped trusting the supplement industry and started trusting whole food. Now let me show you the exact protocol. Part 6. The Fresh Fish Protocol for Cardiovascular Health. This is simple. You don't need complicated schedules or expensive specialty stores. Step 1. Choose fatty fish high in omega-3. The best options are sardines. Salmon, mackerel, herring, and anchovies. These fish are small, which means they accumulate less mercury than large fish like tuna. Step 2. Aim to eat fatty fish like wild-caught salmon 3 to 4 times a week. Each serving should be around 3 to 4 ounces, roughly the size of a deck of cards. Step 3. If fresh salmon is too expensive or unavailable, grab some canned sardines in olive oil or canned salmon. Canned fish packed in water or olive oil retains omega-3 content and costs $2 to $3 a can. This is one of the most affordable, high-quality proteins you can find. Step 4. Cook your wild-caught salmon gently. Baking, grilling, or steaming preserves omega-3 better than frying. High heat and prolonged cooking can degrade some of those precious fatty acids. Step 5. If you absolutely must use a fish oil pill, choose one that clearly lists triglyceride form or re-esterified triglyceride on the label. Look for third-party testing to verify oxidation levels, and always understand that it will never match the benefits of whole fish. Let me give you some practical preparation tips so you have zero excuses. Part 6b. Simple fish. Preparation for people who hate cooking. A lot of folks tell me they don't eat fish because they don't know how to cook it. Let me solve that problem right now. With the simplest methods imaginable. Canned sardines or salmon, open the can, drain the liquid, eat them straight from the can, or put them on crackers, or mix them into a salad. Total preparation time, 30 seconds. You don't even need a plate. This is easier than making a protein shake. If you think canned fish tastes bad, try different brands. Portuguese or Spanish sardines in olive oil are usually higher quality than those cheap, generic brands. Yes. They cost $1 more, but they actually taste good. Frozen salmon fillet. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Put the frozen fillet on a baking sheet. Drizzle with olive oil. Sprinkle salt and pepper. Bake for 25 minutes. That's it. You don't even need to thaw it first. No marinating, no complicated techniques. Fresh sardines or mackerel. If you have access to fresh whole sardines, this is even easier than you think. Rinse them. Drizzle with olive oil, sprinkle with salt, pepper and lemon juice. Put them under the broiler for 8 to 10 minutes. The bones become soft and edible. You eat the whole fish. Canned mackerel, same as sardines. Open, drain, eat. Some brands come with tomato sauce or mustard sauce already added. Try different varieties until you find one you like. The point is this: cooking fish is not complicated. The supplement industry wants you to believe it's difficult. So you'll keep buying those fish oil pills instead. It's not difficult. It's actually easier than most meals. And if you really hate the taste of fish, start with milder options. Canned salmon is very mild. Baked cod or tilapia is mild. You can work up to stronger tasting fish like sardines and mackerel once you adjust. But here's the secret. After a few weeks of eating fish regularly, you'll start craving it. Your body recognizes real nutrition. It will want more. Let me be very clear about cost, because this matters. Part 7, the financial breakdown: fish oil pills. Most people spend $30 to $50 per month. That's $360 to $600 per year. Fresh fish protocol. Canned sardines cost about $2.50 to $3 per can. If you eat fish 4 times per week, that's about $48 to $50 per month. For that price, you're not just getting omega-3, you're getting complete protein, vitamin D3, selenium. And every other nutrient in the fish. If you compare equal omega-3 content, fish is actually cheaper than high-quality supplements and infinitely more effective. But let me address something important. Some of you are thinking, what about mercury? What about toxins? Part 8, the safety question. Small, fatty fish like sardines, anchovies, and herring are among the safest fish you can eat. They're low on the food chain, which means they accumulate minimal mercury. The FDA and EPA list sardines and salmon as safe to eat multiple times per week, even for pregnant women. Compare that to fish oil pills. Remember that study showing 83% of omega-3 pills contained oxidized oil? That's a toxin you're consuming voluntarily. Whole fish also contains selenium, which binds to mercury and reduces its toxicity. This is food synergy. Again, nature provides the antidote along with the potential toxin. And here's something the supplement industry definitely doesn't want you to know. Part 9, the pharmaceutical-grade omega-3 deception. You've probably seen supplements labeled pharmaceutical-grade or prescription strength. These products cost even more, sometimes $70 to $100 per month. The marketing implies they're superior. Medical-grade, scientifically advanced. Here's the truth. Pharmaceutical grade simply means higher purity and concentration. It means the product has been tested to contain at least 90% omega-3 fatty acids with minimal contaminants. That sounds impressive, but it doesn't mean better absorption. It doesn't mean less oxidation. And it certainly doesn't mean it works better than whole food. Let me break down what pharmaceutical grade actually tells you. It tells you the product met certain manufacturing standards. Fine, but those standards don't measure oxidation. They don't measure bioavailability. They don't measure whether your body can actually use the omega-3 once you swallow it. A concentrated pharmaceutical-grade pill might contain 90% omega-3. But if it's in ethyl esters form and oxidized, you're still getting poor results. You're just paying more for poor results. In fact, some prescription omega-3 medications have been studied extensively and shown mixed results. A large 2018 trial called VITAL studied more than 25,000 people taking omega-3 supplements for an average of 5 years. It found no significant reduction in major cardiovascular events compared to placebo, no reduction in heart attacks, no reduction in strokes, no reduction in cardiovascular death. That study cost millions of dollars. It was rigorous, double-blind, placebo-controlled, and it showed supplements don't work for cardiovascular protection. Meanwhile, the same researchers published data showing that people who regularly eat fish have significantly lower cardiovascular risk. The Nurses' Health Study followed more than 84,000 women for 16 years. Those who ate fish 2 or more times per week had a 25% lower risk of heart disease compared to those who rarely ate fish. But every large-scale study on eating fatty fish shows benefits: heart health, brain function, reduced inflammation. Longevity. The data is overwhelming and consistent. The difference isn't the omega-3 molecule. EPA is EPA, whether it comes from a pill or a fish. The difference is the delivery system: pills versus food, isolated nutrients versus complete nutrition, synthetic processing versus natural form. Your body evolved over millions of years eating whole foods. It did not evolve taking concentrated oil, extracted with hexane, and converted to ethyl esters form. And pressed into gelatin soft gels. That's a modern invention, and your body doesn't handle it well. Pharmaceutical grade is marketing language, designed to justify high prices. Don't fall for it. Now let me tell you what to do. Starting today. Part 10. Your action plan first. Finish any fish oil pills you currently have. Don't waste them. But when the bottle runs out, don't buy another one. Second, go to your grocery store this week. And buy canned sardines in olive oil or canned salmon. Start with 1 can. Try it. Most people who say they hate sardines have never actually tried them, or they tried them once, 20 years ago. Third, commit to eating fatty fish 3 times this week. Make it non-negotiable. Track how you feel. Pay attention to your energy, your joint pain, your mental clarity. Fourth, if you're on blood thinners or other medications, talk to your physician before increasing fish intake significantly. Omega-3 does have blood-thinning effects, which is usually beneficial, but your doctor needs to know about dietary changes. Fifth, give this 90 days. That's how long it takes to see measurable changes in inflammation markers and cardiovascular function. After 90 days, ask your doctor to recheck your blood pressure, your lipid panel, your C-reactive protein. Compare the results to previous tests. You will see the difference, but here's what's really going to happen. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. Your joints are going to hurt less. Your brain is going to work better. And you're going to save hundreds of dollars per year. Let me address one final objection. Part 11. But fish is expensive. No, it's not. Not compared to supplements. A can of sardines costs $3. And provides a complete meal with protein, omega-3, and micronutrients. Compare that to a fast food meal at $8 to $12. Compare it to a steak at $10 to $15 per pound. Canned salmon costs about $4 per can. That's 2 servings, $2 per serving for one of the most nutrient-dense foods on Earth. Wild-caught salmon can be expensive, yes, but you don't need wild-caught salmon. Frozen salmon fillets are often $5 to $7 per pound. 1 pound provides 3 servings. That's about $2.30 per serving. If you're spending $40 per month on fish oil pills, you can absolutely afford to buy fish. The real question is, are you willing to change your habits? Part 12. Why your doctor doesn't tell you this. This is important to understand. Most physicians receive minimal nutrition education in medical school. They learn pharmacology. They learn disease management. They do not learn food science or the superiority of whole foods over supplements. Your doctor isn't hiding this information from you. They probably don't know it. And the supplement companies spend billions on marketing, including marketing directly to physicians, free samples, conferences, studies funded by the companies themselves. There's no equivalent marketing budget for sardines. No pharmaceutical rep is visiting your doctor's office to promote canned salmon. That's why you have to educate yourself. That's why videos like this exist, to give you information that the system won't provide. Now let me show you something that's going to make this very real. Part 13, the visual comparison. Imagine two people, both are 65 years old, both have the same cardiovascular risk factors. Person A spends $45 per month on fish oil pills. Over 10 years, that's $5,400. Their omega-3 intake is inconsistent because absorption is poor. Their inflammation markers stay elevated. Their blood pressure remains borderline high. They develop medication dependence. Person B spends $50 per month on fatty fish. Over 10 years, that's $6,000. But for that money, they're getting complete nutrition, protein, vitamins, minerals. Their omega-3 absorption is 3 times higher. Their inflammation decreases. Their blood pressure normalizes. They avoid medications. Person B also gets the secondary benefits: better muscle mass from high-quality protein, stronger bones from vitamin D3 and calcium, better immune function from selenium, improved mood and cognitive function from EPA and DHA. Who made the better investment? The answer is obvious. Part 14, the supplement industry's last defense. When confronted with this evidence, supplement companies say, but supplements are more convenient. You don't have to cook. You just swallow a pill. This is the laziness argument, and it reveals how little they think of you. Opening a can of sardines takes 30 seconds. You can eat them straight from the can. You can put them on crackers. You can mix them with salad. There is no cooking required. Even if you cook fresh fish, baking a salmon fillet takes 12 minutes. 12 minutes to get superior nutrition and save money. If you have 12 minutes to scroll social media, you have 12 minutes to bake fish. Convenience is not the issue. The issue is habit, and habits can change. Let me give you one final piece of evidence that should end this debate forever. Part 15, the longevity data, the populations with the longest lifespans. And lowest rates of heart disease. Eat fish regularly. Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, the Mediterranean coast. These blue zones don't take omega-3 supplements. They eat whole fish multiple times per week. Meanwhile, the United States has one of the highest rates of supplement consumption in the world and also has terrible cardiovascular health outcomes. That's not a coincidence. Your body knows the difference between real food and processed pills. and it responds accordingly. So here's my challenge to you. Part 16, the 90-day fish challenge. Stop buying fish oil pills for 90 days. Use that money to buy fatty fish instead. Eat fish 3 to 4 times per week. Track how you feel. After 90 days, get your blood work done. Compare your inflammation markers. Compare your lipid panel. Compare your blood pressure. If I'm wrong, you can go back to supplements. But I'm not wrong. The science is clear. The documented cases are clear. The longevity data is clear. Whole fish beats pills every single time. And if you do this, if you commit to this for 90 days, I want you to come back to this video and leave a comment with your results. Tell me your blood pressure change. Tell me how much money you saved. Tell me how you feel, because that's how we break through. The supplement industry propaganda. Real people. Real results, real data. Now let me end with this. Conclusion. The real reason this matters. This isn't just about fish oil pills. It's about taking control of your health. It's about understanding that the most powerful medicine isn't in a drugstore. It's in the food you eat. You're over 60. Your body has changed. Your nutrient needs are higher now. Your ability to absorb nutrients from pills is less efficient. You need real food more than ever. The supplement industry wants you dependent. They want you buying bottles every month. They profit from your confusion and your trust, but you don't have to play that game anymore. Buy wild-caught salmon. Eat wild-caught salmon. Watch your health improve. Save your money. It's that simple. If this video gave you information your doctor never mentioned, smash that like button. If you're going to try the 90-day fish challenge, leave a comment right now saying, "I'm in." Let's build a community of people who choose real food over pills, and subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to keep exposing what the drugstore hides. Next video, we're talking about calcium supplements and why they might be causing the exact bone problems they claim to prevent. You won't want to miss that. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and remember, your health is worth more than their profits. Medical disclaimer, spoken at end, remember. This information is educational only. Always consult your physician before making dietary changes, especially if you take medications or have existing health conditions. The cases described are real, but individual results vary. This video does not claim that fish cures disease. It presents research on whole food nutrition versus supplements.